Good morning all. Today we are going to see Operating System Unit 1 Session 18. In the previous topic we have completed the concept system call. So in today's topic we are going to see a new concept, that is virtual machine. So virtual machine is nothing but you are going to make one operating system to work in another operating system. That means at a time you can work on many operating system. For example, you can take, say, in your college computer lab, you work on two types of operating system. One is the Linux operating system, that is Fedora, and one is the Windows operating system. You're working on the Fedora operating system, and then afterwards you want to work in the Windows operating system, then you restart it. That means when you want to switch from Fedora to Windows operating system, all the time you need to restart it. So at a time you cannot work on more than one operating system. So if you make one operating system as a virtual machine, you can able to work on any other operating system. So you need to install the main operating system first in the system, and that operating system we call it as host operating system. That is the main operating system which is available in the system. So under that main operating system, you are going to install another operating system as a virtual machine. So because of this, what happens, you can able to work on many operating systems at a time. So like this way you can make as a virtual machine many operating systems. Many operating systems can be made as a virtual machine on a single main operating system. Let us see the definition of virtual machine. A virtual machine is a software computer that, like a physical computer, runs an operating system and applications. That means a virtual machine is one software computer which runs like an physical operating system. Like it is going to work as a single operating system in the computer. Another definition, virtual machine is a completely separate individual operating system. Installation on your usual operating system. So virtual machine software can be used only when one operating system is already available in the computer. Now if the one operating system is available, then you can install the virtual machine, and with the help of virtual machine software you are going to install whichever operating system you want in the system. Another definition, a virtual machine is usually known as a guest, is created within another computing environment, referred as a host. That means the main operating system which is already available in the system is called as host, and the new operating system which you are going to install in that system is called as guest operating system. So multiple virtual machines can exist within a single host at one time. See this diagram. So this is the system where your main operating system is there. Like here you have Windows operating system main, and with the help of virtual machine softwares you can able to also work on Linux operating system as well as Solaris operating system at a time. So at a time you can work on 3 operating systems with the help of a virtual machine softwares. This is the diagram. See, this is the host hardware, that means the main operating system hardware, and in that you have host operating system which is already installed, and then with the help of virtual software a virtualization layer will be created there, and with that virtualization layer, virtualization application, you can install many guest operating system within the single operating system. See another diagram. Now this is without virtual machines. So single operating system owns all hardware resources. So in a single operating system, that is, suppose we have installed Windows operating system, then Windows operating system is going to use all the hardware parts because it is an individual operating system installed in that system. So whatever the memory, graphics, storage, keyboard will be used by a single operating system. And you can see here with virtual machine. Now all the hardware parts will be shared among multiple operating systems because here multiple operating systems are installed in your system. Now you can see here one layer. This is created by virtual software and that we call as virtual machine monitor. So this layer will maintain how many or keeps record or monitor how many virtual machines are there and how they are operating. So you can see in this diagram. So this is one virtual machine and you can see the hardware resources is shared among this virtual machine and some of the hardware resources are shared among another virtual machine. So like this way the hardware resources will be distributed among multiple virtual machines. See this another diagram. So if there is an individual operating system on a system, then hardware is there, hardware layer, then kernel layer and process layer is there. But if there are multiple operating systems, then there is a hardware layer. One extra layer we have here, which is created by the virtual software, that is virtual machine manager. And then you have here kernel of one operating system. Then this is second operating system, third operating system. And every operating system have their own processes, user processes, you can see. And how the distribution of the memory or how the distribution of the storage will be done among this multiple operating system. Okay. See, while installing CPath is our default path of main operating system. So even if there is an individual operating system on your computer, mostly the CPath will be taken as a default path where you install all your softwares and all. Okay, it will be stored in that CPath. So CPath is taken as a default or the main operating system path, and then remaining drives like D drive or E drive or F drive will be distributed among virtual machines. You can see here in this diagram, D path is distributed among virtual machine 1 and virtual machine. This is virtual machine 1 and this is virtual machine 2. And E path is distributed among virtual machine 3 and virtual machine 4. So some part of the memory RAM is given to the virtual machine 1 and 2 of D path, and E paths, some of the space is given to the virtual machine 3 and 4. So virtual machine 1 and 2 is going to use only the D path to store everything. So whatever you do on virtual machine 1 or virtual machine 2 will be stored in D path, and whatever you do on virtual machine 3 and virtual machine 4 will be stored in E path. Now suppose virtual machine 1 is nothing but your Linux and virtual machine 2 is your Unix operating system, and virtual machine 3 is Solaris operating system, and virtual machine 4 is Mac operating system, and your main operating system is Windows. So like this way, at a time you can work on multiple operating system. You can also work on Windows, Linux, Unix, Mac, Solaris at a time. But you need to distribute the memories, RAM between these all operating system. Now after installation, if you want to move the virtual machine or copy the virtual machine to another path, then it's very easy. Just you need to select it, copy and paste it, like how you copy the files from one source to destination. So like this way, entire state of virtual machine can be saved to files. Move and copy virtual machines as easily as moving and copying files. So as easily when you copy from one destination to another destination. Installation process of virtual machine. Now, how to install the virtual machine on your systems? So to install the other operating system on your computer, you need to install first virtual machine software. You need to use virtual machine software first. Then with the help of virtual machine software, you can install any operating system which you want. And you can also distribute the spaces, memories, RAM between them. So this is one type of software of virtual machine that is called Sun's VirtualBox. So this is the interface of that Sun's VirtualBox, how it looks. See, it is showing here first option, create a new virtual machine. So if you are creating new virtual machine, you need to click on this. You need to click on this. Then if you want to open any virtual machine and if you want to make any changes, then you can select on this. Then next interface looks like this. So you can select your new button to make a new virtual machine. Okay. So to create new virtual machine, this is the another interface. So virtual machine name and which type of operating system, you need to select that. So you're going to give the name of operating system, then which type of operating system and which version it is that you need to select. Then how much memory you're going to use for this virtual machine. So select the amount of memory to be allocated to the virtual machine. So they are given here one setter through which you can move forward and backward to select the memory how much you're going to give. So you can see here. Okay. Then it is going to ask virtual hard disk. So you're going to create new virtual hard disk or you're going to use the existing virtual hard disk. Okay. So the recommended size of the boot hard disk is 20 GB. So they will give you options if you want to create the new hard disk in that system only or you're going to use existing. Then hard disk storage type. It tell you to select hard disk storage type. Dynamically expanding storage or fixed size. See, if you want to keep on changing the size of the virtual machine or you want to keep the fixed size. If you keep the fixed size, you cannot change it. So if you keep dynamically, later on you can also change that. Then virtual disk location and size. Select the path and disk size. Okay, location and disk size you need to select here. So you need to specify which path you are going to see. Press select button to select the location of a file to store the hard disk or type a file name in the entry field. And here you are going to select the size of the virtual hard disk in megabytes. This size will be repeated to the guest operating system. So you are going to select here virtual hard disk type. Here also you can select two types are available there. Then after doing it will give overall summary. See, you have selected here dynamically expanded storage and it is located in DPath and the size of the hard disk is 20 GB. And see, another summary it will show the operating system is Windows 8. Okay, and base memory which is used is which I selected earlier that, and boot hard disk is. So this it will show all the whatever you have selected. It will show all the summary at the end, and as you select here dynamically, later on you can also change it. So these are the various options which are available in that software. So if you want to see the storage size, you can see here the storage size of the operating system. So you can select here. Okay. So this was one virtual machine software. There are many virtual machines softwares available. Some of the virtual machine softwares are available as open free source on the internet. You can download it and install on your system and make operating system as a virtual machine on your computer system. Now we'll see virtual machine can be divided into two categories, that is system virtual machines and process virtual machine. System virtual machine is nothing but where the main operating system resources will be shared among multiple other virtual machines. The virtualization technique is that is a system platform that supports the sharing of the host computer's physical resources between multiple virtual machines, each running with its own copy of the operating system. The virtualization technique is provided by a software layer known as hypervisor. Yes, that the layer which is created by the virtual machine, that layer we also called as hypervisor, which can either run on bare hardware or on top of an operating system. And process virtual machine means you are not going to share all the resources of an operating system. You are going to share only some part or the process of operating system as a virtual machine. Designed to provide a platform independent programming environment that masks the information of an underlying hardware or operating system and allows program execution to take place in the same way on any given platform. So only the processes will be shared among one operating system to another operating system. So we'll see some of the advantages of virtual machine. So testing or learning a new operating system. As I told you, you are able to operate on more than one operating system at a time. So at a time, if you now suppose you have written one program in Fedora and the same program you also want to test in the Windows operating system, then you can do that instead of switching, restarting and all. So at a time you can work on Fedora operating system as well as Windows operating system. You can run the program in Fedora as well as test in Windows operating system. So by this you will understand how it works in the Unix Linux platform and how it works in the Windows platform. Testing and application software. Same way you can also see various softwares. You can see a particular software whether it is working in a Unix Linux platform and how it is working in the Windows platform. So you can check it. Running old applications is earlier versions, old versions. You can also check out on many operating system. Simultaneously can run more than one operating system. Virtual machines are widely available and are easy to manage and maintain. Yes, those are available easily. You can manage it and maintain it properly. Offers application provisioning and disaster recovery options. So now suppose even if one of the virtual machine is corrupted or something damaged, it is not going to affect other part of the operating system. So okay, something has happened with the Fedora, then it is going to affect only that part. It is not going to affect the whole system or any other virtual machine. Drawbacks. They are not as efficient as a physical computer because the hardware resources are distributed in an indirect way. Okay, like the individual operating system where only one operating system is there, it uses all the resources of the computer. Okay, there is no any other operating system sharing it. So that is one drawback. Here we need to share the hardware resources among multiple operating systems. When multiple virtual machines are simultaneously running on a host computer, each virtual machine may introduce an unstable performance which depends on the workload on the system by other running virtual machines. Yes, sometimes it is going to affect on the performance. If there is less memory, less RAM, then it is going to make slow processing of the operating system. You can change it by using the settings and all, but sometimes it is going to affect on the performance. So in today's topic, we have completed the concept virtual machine. In the next topic, we will see one new topic. Thank you.